What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 106 of the Splash Cast, the Around the League edition, Monday Night Raw. Getting started here with our pregame, man. How you feeling, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm feeling good. This Spider-Man soundtrack is impressive.
Oh, I thought you went to
Um,
go see
I
the
mean,
movie. I was like, I
I
didn't think
have
that was
not.
really your
I'm
lane.
so far back on so many movies. Still haven't seen Mario Brothers. I didn't go see what was the other one? Avatar. I haven't seen Spider-Man. I'm behind.
I had
But
no desire to see Mario Brothers until everybody said it was fantastic. I thought it was going to be a kiddie movie, and they knew that their demographic was us, that the kids that play Mario Kart are now grown. So I am excited to go see that movie. So yeah, I
this
got to
is
see
not
it
an
too.
advertisement, but Max, can you kind of speed up the process so we can get to watching these movies in the comfort of our own homes? I prefer to watch mine in my pajamas. So help your boy out,
Nah, they
man.
trying to get you back
Need
into
that.
the they trying to get you back into the theaters. They trying to get that money
Nah,
back.
they don't. They actually knocked the theater down that was across the street from my complex, so they don't want me back.
I guess. But with that being said, man, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all for tuning in on Splash at www.thesplashcast.com. Make sure you go check that out. Facebook, YouTube as well, man. We are here with our pregame. Y'all know what it is when we start with the pregame. We go with the Brave. We go with baseball. Braves is really the only thing to talk about for us, but we'll also talk about a couple
For
of
the
other
world,
things.
why else would you want to talk about anything else?
And then we
It's
have
it's your favorite team, the Atlanta Bravos. If that's not your favorite team, find a new team named the Braves.
with the pregame, we always do a little bit of uplift, a little bit of pain, a little bit of
Boy,
humor.
it's plenty
So,
pain this week, boy. Let me tell you.
so, with that being said, man, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start off with the Braves. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all check in on the chat. Type on in. Let us know that y'all are watching. Shoot us a text. Shoot us an Instagram. Shoot us an email.
Chop.
Uh, Smoke Pigeon. Y'all know what it is with the Braves segment. What does that say? 2021 World Series champs 4 times.
World
Looking.
Series champs of the world, Craig. Yes. We
We gonna try
back.
to get some
We
more.
getting
We gonna try
back.
to get some more. We are currently leading the division. I don't know if we're leading the NL anymore, but we are leading the division in leading our division with the big series with the
We
Mets coming up.
we are currently the fourth best team in baseball. We're sporting a record of 35 and 24. It's not as good as we want it to be. But once I kind of contextualize that, and I have a good reminder that we are above the Houston Asterisks and the New York Yankees and the LA Dodgers, I feel a little bit better about my life.
Yeah, man. All right. I'm up. I done had me a little swig of gin. Now I gotta turn off the.
Ooh,
Hey, swig of gin, bro. Hey, man,
first
that's
of
my this
all,
this gonna be my summer drink for real
drinking
though.
gin on a school night is wild. Second of all, it's like I gotta know which gin because that's going to determine a lot of how I expect your demeanor to be.
So it was actually a birthday gift that I never opened. It was Tanqueray gin. I actually found a whole box of birthday gifts,
Bro, our birthday was in
cards,
April.
money. I forgot. I put it on.
Oh, you're trash.
I was
You
drunk.
trash.
I was drunk on my birthday, and I put everything in a box, and I just left it there. And I was cleaning up the office. I was like, "What is this?" I was like,
Okay,
"Oh shit!"
Beyonce, all your belongs in a box to the left, to the
I
left,
was
to the
like,
left.
"Oh shit!" Some of that stuff deserved a thank you card. That's old school. So it was fire. I was like, "Ooh, I ain't tell nobody thank you for none of this." But with that being said, I'm having it's Tanqueray grapefruit gin with the little soda water, some fruit, and some strawberry syrup and some lemonade. My wife
Okay.
made it.
That boy making bespoke cocktails before the podcast.
It
Now,
mug
boy, you
is
all right.
fantastic, and it's clear. You'd think with all that it wouldn't be clear, but it's still a lot of gin in there.
Can't make you sin.
Oh, it's gonna make me tell the truth. But with the Braves, man. So Norwood did say earlier that we are fourth best in the majors. We actually got off to a really, really hot start. Really hot start. We were first in the majors, first in the National League. We were second in the majors, first in the National League, of course. Not Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Rays, #1 team in baseball.
Yeah, they started off
43
like
and
20 and 4. I think is what they started off as, and we were right behind them. But we've actually hit a bit of a spurt or a speed bump when it comes to our season because of our pitching. What?
Boy, a speed bump. That was a month of mediocrity. That's what it was. I'm glad we got that good running start, though.
Our pitching, from the outside looking in, looks bad, and we know why it looks bad. Max Fried, our ace, is now placed on a 60-day DL. Looks like he'll be coming back either right before or right after the All-Star break. Mike Soroka still isn't all the way right. Kyle Anderson, who led National League Cy Young winner last year, led the National League in wins, top 5 at ERA, has been out since the first week. He came back and is still hurt. Re-aggravated his shoulder. He's out. Mike Soroka, coming off 2 Achilles injuries, has come up and allowed 10 runs in 5 innings. First action in 3 months. Our ace, our 3-man rotation for pitching is a 40-plus year old, and Charlie Morton, Spencer Strider.
Artisanal beverage. Artisanal beverage.
Spencer Strider, who's good, but he was a rookie.
Name. That's not his name. His name is Spencer Strikeout. If you get up there to that plate, he might smoke your boots.
We got him, and then we have Elder, who is a rookie. So we have a rookie, a second year, and a 20-year pitcher. We don't have anybody in their prime pitching. Nobody.
Hey, Alex Anthopoulos said, "Hey, we're gonna make it do with what we got until we get everything back." And we're doing that. That hot start kind of got me into a place where the expectation is to just win it. That is not plausible. I'm really happy that I saw this chart. It kind of lets me know, like, all right, well, we're the 4th best team in baseball. We have the 5th best ERA in baseball. That puts things in context for me. I do think that there's a lot of room for growth once we get our players back. We have so many players. We could be a much better team with all of our players. Hopefully, prayerfully, they will come back here soon and very soon. But even in the middle of this, I feel pretty good about the guys.
Yeah, our pitching isn't as bad. Our bullpen from that World Series year, Alex Anthopoulos set such a high standard for the bullpen. Even in the year before, when we lost to the Dodgers in the National League Championship Series 4-3, we still had a really good bullpen. Then he flipped it and got a better bullpen, and we won the World Series. Last year, our pitching was good, but our hitting got hurt. It wasn't that great. Everybody else was hurt. This year, it's kind of the opposite. I think we've been spoiled by such a good bullpen. Our bullpen, as by this chart, isn't that bad. Now, we did re-sign Iglesias. Oh, I'm watching the Stanley Cup Finals, too, and the goalie just punched a defenseman in the back.
Tampa Bay Lightning not playing. I don't care about Stanley Cup. Bring it back. Bring Lord Stanley back to his rightful home, Tampa Bay, Florida.
But the Braves, man, our pitching isn't that bad, and our bats are fantastic. If we could get just healthy, we'll be probably a top 3 team in the league easily.
I do have a little bit of, I don't know if it's breaking news. We signed an infielder that used to play with the Dodgers today.
Oh, yeah, that's because they sent Soroka back down to the minors because he allowed 10 runs in like 4 innings. He just couldn't get out of the inning.
Williams. But to me, it's like an infielder, once again, still got Vaughn Grissom, who just had a 4-hit minor league game. Getting a utility infielder, and we still got Culberson around here somewhere, too. I don't know if that makes a ton of sense to me, but maybe they know something there.
Move him to the left field. If you're gonna play Vaughn Grissom, move him to left field, and you're good. But
yes, and especially if Ozuna's gone. Ozuna hit a 416-yard single, and then promptly got his ass put on the bench because he wanted to watch.
Well, I mean, in fairness, a 416-foot hit.
That is a home
most
run.
parts
That's
is a home run.
It don't matter, but you have to. A lot of this is about understanding your own station in life. He who shall not be named, bro. You need to be King Hustle. You need to be T.I. Grand Hustle. Everything that you can do to be better. Hey, you one game away from playing in the Dominican, my friend. I want you to remember that.
Whoa. You're not going to do Marcel like that? Why you think he's one game away from being in the...
Back?
No. I make sure, don't be mistaken now. He can't go 1 for 19 like he was. But what makes you think Marcel thinking they're going to send me back? I have done everything wrong, and I am still here. Why would you think that, well, you are one. I've been one swing away from the Dominican for 3 years. Like, man, we go through this every time we talk about it. Why you think I'd be playing like this too? You right, I didn't leg it out. You know why? Because you can't do nothing. I'm sure as the day is long and the night is short, Brian Snicker was like, we need to get rid of Marcel Ozuna. We need to get rid of Marcel Ozuna. That's somebody that's working. That's an old working statement. We need to get Marcel Ozuna out of here. I know he said that. And Anthopoulos said, you know what? Listen, let me tell you something about this Georgia Red Clay. The dirt that he has does not get out. It stains. And we don't know what it is. So why would you think Marcel can get out of here? But
these colors don't run.
But I did say they need to bring back Vaughn Grissom, put him at left field. But here's the thing, though. That man right there, Eddie Rosario.
Oh, you never getting that job back.
Eddie Rosario hit a grand slam, top of the ninth, down 5-4, grand slam, and we ended up winning 8-5 against Arizona, who is a top team in the American League. It went out. No, we had 2 outs. 2 out, top of the ninth, bases loaded. Yep, 2 outs. Grand slam. Let me tell y'all something. Eddie Rosario heard y'all, and when I say y'all, it's us included. He heard us when we made fun of him because he said he couldn't see. When he went and got his eyes checked and got LASIK. Huh? That man then came back this year and got used to it. Them things done healed. This is the game-winning grand slam against Arizona. The day after, he hit 2 home runs in the 2nd and 7th to win against Arizona, which we had to win this series because we blew the series against the freaking Oakland A's. Eddie Rosario, look, Vaughn Grissom, it might be more than tight on you, bro. It might be the writing on the wall like Michael Jackson. You are slayed. They may be sitting. You know what? Vaughn Grissom and another prospect for a top pitcher. That's what I see happening. Because if Eddie Rosario's doing this, hitting grand slams in the top of the ninth,
but I like Vaughn Grissom though. I really like him as a baseball player. I think he has a lot of potential. But you're right. I mean, especially you're right. Rosario, Mike Harris, we need him to get it together, but we paid him. We're sticking with him.
Yeah, and then he's also catching the robbing home runs though. Like if he's having a slump at the plate, he's up here playing in the outfield pretty well. Go ahead.
100% right. I mean, I hate when you know you got a player who's good and you're like, I mean, you never know, man. That's what we believed about Christian Pache. It's just never quite.
Christian Pache was never quite. He wasn't playing like Vaughn. But Vaughn has come up in the time when everybody's good. That's the disadvantage of being drafted by a good organization at times. You're good, but everybody's good. It's like going to a SEC school, national championship school, like an Alabama, like a LSU, like a Florida, like a Georgia in their heyday. Like you may be a 5-star, but you're gonna transfer to Arizona State.
You're gonna be
we'll throw Clemson in there too.
Somewhere else. Now,
Ohio State, they be out of there. It just
it's
sucks for Vaughn
yeah,
Grissom. But shout out to Eddie though.
it's so good. I mean, I guess you might have to flip the kid because there's just no play, and if you can't play him, then you need to get something back.
Microphone. Yeah, you do need to get something back because pitching,
Play.
everybody's hurt. So it's got to be pitching. You got to get him for a pitcher. One thing that the Braves, listen. Everybody has hit a slump. Everybody, except for two people on the Braves team, Ozzie Albies and Ronald Acuna. Ronald Acuna is on pace to hit 33 home runs and have 71 stolen bases. And he's been in not a slump, but he's been up and down a little bit over this road trip. If he actually gets consistent, like we know he can be, we've seen 40-40 looks real attainable. MVP looks real attainable.
Two things. Number one, I remember at the beginning of the season, who told you that this was our MVP candidate? Your boy right here. Number two, Ronnie's last 10 home runs have all been over 420 feet. Nobody has ever done that in the time that they've recorded home runs. His last 10 in a row.
I like that. That's one of them LeBron next gen stats to me. But it's cool.
Yeah, but you're also destroying the ball consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, minus the steroids. Minus the cream and the clean.
Pittsburgh Bonds. Pittsburgh Bonds was kind of crazy.
Oh, yes. I mean, I hate that the MLB does not market Ronnie better because he is, I think, if not the best player in the league, one of the top 5. Easy money. He just does not get nearly enough love.
Yeah. Again, I think it's more of you're a good. Let's not make this racy. The gin has not kicked in yet. You're on a team in a location where there's others that are more desirable marketing wise, right? Austin Riley.
But who?
Austin Riley, Max Fried, now Olsen. Olsen is the Atlanta kid. Those 3. Plus,
that's your MVP, man. And like the only other guy who I would even really put in the category that could even entertain this, and it's too early, is Spencer Strider. I could understand how you.
Ozzie Albies is probably the best second baseman in the league right now.
I saw something on All-Star where they didn't even have him as
which is wild. Wild if you go look at the stats.
But I'm gonna tell you who they did have. That boy right there, Mr. Acuna. I mean, I just wish they did a better job.
I like how he's playing with something to prove, though. Ronald Acuna is playing with. He said it multiple times when speaking to us through a translator. Look, I wasn't 100% last year. I pushed it to come back. Y'all sleeping on me. I'm here to show you now that I'm fully healthy. And we always know that ACL, Achilles, those main injuries, elbows, take 18 months to come back. You could come back and run in a straight line, cut a little bit in 12 months. But most players are back 18 months later. Hence, Acuna. What was you about to say?
Because I was confused because I kept looking at the timeline like they were saying at the end of the season he was kind of hurt. And then I saw him playing in Dominican and he was mashing balls. And I was like, wait, when did he get healthy? And I was skeptical coming into the season. I just believed in him because I knew he was a good player. But I was kind of concerned in the back of my head, like when he was going to get healthy. And apparently he is healthy. And he's a monster.
He's good, man. He's good. So, in other baseball news, that's going to wrap up the Braves, man. Real baseball starts after July 4th, after All-Star break. So, we'll get back into it. But the Braves still are leading the division. Big 3-game home set against the Nationals after we save face on the road after embarrassing ourselves against the Oakland A's in front of 22 people. So, the San Diego Super Padres who have spent a quadrillion. That's a new word. A quadrillion. Quadrillion. A quadrillion amount of dollars. They spent so much money.
I'll give you the exact number: 1,197,327,076 for this 26-man payroll.
And 3 of them make 80% of the money. But let me tell you,
they make all the money.
But look who actually has been playing pretty well, so well that they decided to bring him up. Ethan Salas, we reported on him about 2 months ago. 16-year-old prospect has been added to their single-A Lake Elsinore roster. He will make his MLB debut tonight and will be the first. I'm sorry, that was 6 days ago. Made his MLB debut 6 days ago. It was the first 2006 born player to play in the minors. I'm going to say that again because everybody, our demographic, knows exactly what you were doing in 2006. Depending on what year, you were doing something.
I know, yes.
I mean, what part of the year?
For me.
Depending on what part of the year, it was fun or it sucked. But 2006, we remember what we were doing. This kid was born. He's now in the majors at 16. 16.
And we just got done talking about the dude who plays for the Pirates, who was in their minor league system for 10 years. You telling me that you're going to bring it?
Why you set that up? Why you...
I've been playing for 10 years.
The 33-year-old.
He was 6 when I started my minor league debut. And 10 years later, it's my coworker? Nah, Imagine they roll a 16-year-old in there with you, Reggie. Doogie Howser.
You a genius, bro. Show me what you got. There you go. Work my problems.
Reggie, work that little kid.
Knock yourself out. But yeah, man. But we did want to say shout out to Ethan Salas, man. It was a big deal when he got signed, but nobody could figure out when they were gonna bring him up. Padres are in need of some help. The catchers outside of the Braves, a lot of them has been as a position as a whole has been struggling in the major leagues. Shout out to Wilson and William Contreras. Got that money. And now you look real regular. Everybody was wondering why we didn't keep Contreras. He looks regular.
Sounds like Trey Turner. They say Trey Turner is making $27 million a year. I think for the Phillies, they say he's valued at about 9.
Ooh. So I referenced shout out to Ethan Salas. I referenced the Braves playing the Oakland A's, and we played in front of 22 people. If you're watching right now, we're about to show you a video of a fan that rushed the field. Yes, it's a fan that rushed the field. It's as regular as you could think. The thing is, he ran right by security, and security was like, screw it. Watch. Look at him. On the field. He's on the field, ran into the groundskeeper, and everybody is watching him after the rain delay, and he's currently running the bases in reverse, counterclockwise, if you will. Crosses first base and is running home, and nobody cares. That's because nobody is in Oakland.
This shows you a lot about their current situation. These people don't care because they know that they won't have a job soon and very soon. They're going to move this team to Las Vegas, and everybody who works for this organization will either have to find a new team or move to Las Vegas. And I don't think that most people are interested in doing that. So, yeah, I'm not getting out here to stop this kid. And we used to do this. When I used to work for a minor league baseball team, we used to let the kids do this after the game. Come out on the field and run around the baseball.
Yeah, you always did. Run around basketball, you do the same thing. What's wild to me about the Oakland A's situation and showing that they don't care is I wouldn't care either if you made it public. Like, Las Vegas is like, we have been approved for a baseball stadium to move Oakland A's here. Like, that's the headline. That's not like
they're doing the mock-ups, and the mock-ups are beautiful. Like, oh yeah, we can spend
crazy.
money.
That's crazy. If why would you come to a game like Atlanta? Everybody knows Atlanta wants a hockey franchise. They are opening up a sports venue in Alpharetta, past Alpharetta, where the demographic is that they want the hockey people to go. But they're not saying we want a hockey team, even though they know, which they already know which hockey team they trying to move here. It's from Phoenix. They trying to move the Phoenix team here. They already know that, but they can't
Yeah.
say that out loud. Oakland and Las Vegas is just like, screw y'all. Come on to Vegas. We know you coming
Yeah.
to Vegas.
The Coyotes are in a bad space, but I think that there are multiple teams. I know that I've seen Mahomes specifically say something about, possibly the Coyotes coming to Kansas City. So I think that it should be interesting. I would like to see. I don't know if Atlanta can handle a hockey team, man. We do this every decade. Every time we try, it just doesn't work.
I think I normally would agree with you on that until they tried moving the Braves into Cobb County. Once they tried moving the Braves into Cobb County successfully, I think you realize it's kind of like with football when you did like the Washington football team or you did the New York Jets and Giants. If you move them out of the city, move them to New Jersey, move them to Maryland, you still get the demographic that you want and you still get the numbers. And we know the South, the demographic they want don't want to travel to the other demographic. They want to travel to their own people that stay out there. So you never know.
The other funny part about the whole athletics thing is they have the lowest payroll in baseball, but the other 4 teams are all top 15 teams. Orioles top 15, Pirates top 15, Tampa Bay Devil Rays #1 team in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Which
farm system.
If you're one of the big spenders, you have to be sick because you spend a lot of money. If you're the Mets and you're looking at the Devil Rays, you got a problem on your hands, my friend.
You need to work on your green thumb, bro. Gotta get that farm right. If you don't have a farm,
I didn't know where you're going with that.
Oh yeah, farm.
Well played. I like it.
You gotta be able to, man. You can't just go out there and spend money like that because when you do and it doesn't work, you turn into the laughing stock of baseball. Speaking of laughing stocks, we now get to the part where we talk about pain and violence.
Time out. This is the point where, especially if you're watching this, mentally prepare yourself to see a bunch of people be destroyed.
So first we start out in Little League. Richie's been practicing. Little Richie's up at the plate. Little League game. He is about to play. He's about to go for a bat. He is warming up on deck. There's Little Richie. Bow. Ooh. Let's go of the bat. Takes out the umpire. He's nervous. At 9, you think you're in trouble.
That's a coach. I think that's got to be a coach.
No, that's not.
I think that's his coach.
Oh, that's a coach. Yeah, that is a coach. Yeah, that's the coach. There's the umpire right there with the tats.
Let
Bow.
me check.
Ooh.
I will punch a kid.
No, you can't. Not if you're the coach. You're not gonna punch a kid on your team.
Hit me with a bat and see, Reggie. Hey, I don't have, and I'm not getting paid enough to do this. I signed up to do a little coaching, a little mentoring, not to get hit with a bat. I'm going home.
And you let your little sister play softball, and you go there and get help, and somebody let the bat go. You ain't about to punch a kid. You be mad though. Shout out to the coach for getting up and because the kid was like obviously distraught. He thought he was in trouble. He thought he hurt the coach. He was like, "I'm okay."
Did hurt the coach? Okay. Don't think about it. You did. If you hit a person with a bat, it hurt.
No, hurt. Oh yeah. See, and he knew he freaked out, and he freaked
at the bat.
out.
The bat said,
man. So
that'll be my last.
Shout out to the coach, man. Glad everybody's safe. Everybody's okay. That was funny though.
And nobody's safe as long as Richie out there swinging that bat. Speaking of people not.
Yep. So. Talk about the worst walk-off ever. Top of the ninth. I'm sorry. Bottom of the ninth. Is it bottom? No, bottom of the 10th. Bottom of the 10th. 1-1 Detroit at Chicago White Sox. Bases loaded. No, 2 outs. Tim Anderson at the plate. And you can guess there's a walk-off, but I'm not going to tell you how. You just got to watch. Bow! Ooh!
In the face mask.
So for those that are listening, the catcher misses the pitch. The ball hits the umpire in the mask. He falls out. The catcher checks on the umpire. Man from third base scores to end the game. Walk off. Oh, dog, that like I don't know how to feel about. I mean, it's funny, but if you're the other team, it's just like this sucks. Like this sucks, but it's cool. You can't even be mad. He don't know what happened. Look at him.
Yeah.
He is. Buzzed.
Yeah, he got his bell rung. Number one, your catcher just missed the ball, so it was going to be an error anyway. Umpire just unfortunately in the way. The other part about this is there are a lot of people who bet on this game, and we're very close to probably winning large sums of money, and then to lose like this, oh my God.
See, and you are a glass half empty person. I'm looking at it as there are a lot of people that bet on this game, and to win like this has to be exhilarating.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, but winning like this is like, okay, but to lose like this, emotional damage. I am sick. I am hurt. And he probably thought I got my money in the bag. All I got to do is get past Tim Anderson. Exactly. And I'm out of here, which is something to deal with in itself. But for me, no, I am emotionally damaged, broken, some say. Like this
right. Move on to the neighborhood Olympics, where a man decided to play basketball and relive his glory days. First off, so they're playing one-on-one on an 8-foot goal. First off. Second off, on the
dunk that, bro. It's 8 feet, bro.
On the 8-foot goal, my man couldn't even get up to touch the rim on an 8-foot goal. Now, the way that everybody's reacting tells me that this is probably his home. This is definitely, look at it. Yep, got you. Travel, miss, through the fence. This is probably his home. Because if I was a homeowner,
if it wasn't before, it is now. Because you gotta fix all of that, big dog.
You gotta fix that fence, and it is fun.
I'm going upstairs,
it's family,
bro.
but I'm going to take a. If that's my house, I'm going to take a walk, take a ride.
No, everybody gotta go home. It's over. Today is over. Then your neighbor's gonna drive by. Why is a hole in Nathaniel fence? What happened over there? No.
Put a big black trash bag like people do their car windows.
I cannot even begin to explain. My man played no defense. No defense. You just. And I'm talking about like feet up, back on grass. I'm compromised. I went through the fence, knocked the whole fence. And this probably has 1 million views. Your church members,
this is
your friends, your
what
family.
He went up for
the way he hit that fence full speed. You know what? He hit the fence like that time Jose Canseco ran through that joint.
Oh, my sans the steroids. Yeah. That's in front of everybody too. That is a core memory. Hey, so
this is too
more violence. Hold
on, wait. They gotta stop making sports up.
No, they don't. We talked about this before when they had 6 people, like last year, and I was like, hey, they do this every summer. This is in Eastern. This is why you don't mess with them Eastern Europeans. I told y'all. Listen, this is for those listening. This is UFC. This is basically Russian UFC, but it's 3-on-3 instead of 1-on-1. We need more of
this in America. We have way too many rappers that want to fight people and want to do all. Hey, get the Crips and the Bloods. Let's get them out here.
Oh, put him to sleep.
Man, look at that. And that's the worst part about it is once them first 2 guys get whooped, it's a jumping. They're just jumping him at this point. Stomp him out. No.
Oh, my God. You know how mad I would be if I'm the third guy? Like, y'all, because the first dude got knocked out with 1 kick. Him right here. That man right there.
All that a long time for you to get knocked out that quick.
Oh,
You're
my
down.
God.
That's 1. That's 2. And he was actually winning over there. He was getting his dude. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the third guy was actually winning until he. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Now, professional fighting.
Getting punched.
Professional fight, man.
I would deem all of this professional.
Shout out to Clarissa Shields. You don't really get a lot of female boxing, women's boxing. I don't know in today's age the correct term. Just women's boxing.
It is. It's. I guess it is technically, male boxing, female boxing. This is Clarissa. She is the self-proclaimed quote greatest woman of all time, and she has every belt, designer belt, Gucci, Fendi, Louis Vuitton.
She is beating this girl up. Good
and
Lord.
I will say she's a different type of boxer. She leans into her femininity, but at the same time, she leaning into punches too. Y'all better learn to bob and weave. She's punching the faces off of these women. And after she won the fight, the opponent actually called her the GOAT, which that's a lot to say.
But well, that's what you say. You just beat my ass. Like are you you bet. Yeah, say it's either call me to go or we could go for a rematch. Nope. You the GOAT.
Say my name. Say my name.
I ain't got no comment. This is my commentary. I'm just my. This looked like the middle school fights, but she could actually fight. Like, you know how girls be fighting in middle school and be like that, but she's actually connecting with everybody.
First of all, did you see how she came out of the clinch? She broke them up. She ran back over to attack this one. And the thing about her, like especially like if you really watch her, she leans into her femininity. So like when she's not boxing, she's a whole different person.
Yeah.
You're gonna be out somewhere.
Should tell itself.
And the wrong girl gonna say something to her, not know who she is, and she gonna put them paws on you on ways that you didn't.
I don't agree. Hey, I think a girl can tell because she got a back now. She got a back. I mean, she be lifting, so she out there strapless. Okay. A dude with that pride, with that you Clarissa Shields, you can't fight for man, girl. And she tapped that jaw.
You gonna say the wrong thing to her. And hey, fellas, them hands move. Look how she like. I've never seen a boxer run over. Like, you know, typically like they close the space, but they kind of take their time. Look, she running and punching. And punching and running.
That means she don't fear your punches. When a boxer doesn't fear your power, it's like, oh well, I can walk right through that. So, and then finally our uplifting part. Well, kind of.
That's the uplift right there.
I was about to say kind of sort of. We got a little racism in there sprinkled. You know, that wouldn't be America if it wasn't. But we do have some couple things to talk about real quick. The founders of the first black-owned ice skating academy in Detroit opened up. Angela Blocker Lloyd and Candace Tamaclo launched the first and only black-owned figure skating academy in the city of Detroit. Shout out to them, man. That's major moves.
Especially in the city of Detroit, which has the climate for it and has a massive black population, also a hockey city. So, you know, it should be interesting to see this grow. Of course, we here at the Splashcast are supporters of this. Go out, follow the Instagram pages. That's another thing. 2 things I ask of you guys. When you see black creatives like ourselves, follow the account. And if you don't want to follow the account, just go like a bunch of stuff. Support these people who are trying to make it happen.
Run up the numbers.
It is literally the smallest thing that you can do. It doesn't cost you anything. Click like a few times. That's anytime I see stuff like this. I saw the dude in Africa golfing. He just started out of nowhere. Just like a bunch of the posts. It takes 60 seconds.
Shot in.
Oop, yep. Just hit the button a bunch of times. I follow them, but find a way to support people, man, who trying to make it out of nothing. And while you're here, like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend about the realest podcast in the world. It is the Splashcast, and this is must-see TV, just like the Netflix documentary on the 2006 to 2009 Florida Gators, one of the greatest teams you've ever seen. And I'm excited. I will be that's on my brother's birthday. That's going to be the one to see, because you know that team is filled with a mess.
And if you can't remember, the 2009 team was led by a preacher. What? I was gonna say
Go ahead.
led by a preacher. Had a bunch of different personalities on there. Remember, Cam Newton was the backup. Uh, had Chris Leak. I mean, they had Brandon Spikes. They had a bunch of people. Of course, Aaron Hernandez and everything too. So that was a team of a lot of personalities, and it's gonna be a killer documentary. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
I knew I was gonna get. I was waiting for the Riley Cooper. I was just knew you was gonna
Oh, we
jump
didn't
off
even
the
forget
top
about
rope.
the N-word guy, the one that said he could beat up all the black people in Philadelphia. Is what he said, and still kept the
They should have
job.
made him. They should have made him fight everyone too, boy.
He said, and then he kept the job for a couple years after that. I ain't forget NFL. Moving on.
I ain't defending that.
I
draw the line.
They banned Colin Kaepernick, but in the same era, let Riley Cooper decide to keep a job for a couple years. But this is how you attack racism, man. So Flamingo and Cruzeiro sit in protest against treatment of Vincius Jr. We reported on Vincius 2 weeks ago, to where he was being yelled at by the opponents all around the world in where they play, being called a monkey and all these other type of racial slurs. Well, both teams then sit and protest to rally behind him, and this is how you protest racism. This is how you do it.
They also, I think Flamingo had his name on the back of their jersey, which is a big step, specifically like this is not even our player, but we're going to step out and support because we know this is the right thing to do. Soccer has a long past of racism. And because there's so many different countries that participate in soccer as the most popular sport in the world, they're always
that racism seemed to be universal, though.
Come on.
That racism seemed to be universal, dog. Don't matter what country you go to, them darker skinned people be getting yelled at, berated, cussed at, everything, everywhere.
But I'm happy to see that everybody participated, including the referees. And this is a big step.
Shout out to AJ. But shout out to Flamingo and Cruzeiro, man. That's awesome.
Tim Tebow still got his Heisman Trophy. Reggie Bush still waiting on his to come back.
Yeah, I got that. Did that fight, dog? Y'all knock yourself out. Shout out to Jordan Brand, man. Jordan Brand, history in the making. They tapped Sarah Mensah to be its first black woman president of the Jordan Brand conglomerate. She was first hired as the first black female vice president last year, and she has gotten a promotion.
No, that was 6 years ago. 6 years ago.
I'm sorry, 6 years ago. She now has a promotion to president. So shout out.
But that's what happens when you do good business. Congratulations on Jordan Brand for being at the front of diversity and inclusion. I mean, and let's be very frank about this. The Jordan Brand is one of the most iconic, recognizable brands in the world. There are not many more logos that are more recognizable than that one right there. And for her to be the leader of that,
is one more recognizable than sports.
I mean, Nike, you would say so. Coca-Cola probably, but
in sports,
the people,
sports brand.
Yes, sports brands. I mean, yeah, Nike, but I mean, Nike and Jordan are synonymous. You damn near can say ain't one without the other. But yeah, when it comes to sports branding, and to have, once again, black women doing the absolute best and being the most successful, they are finding a way to be at the forefront of, and let's be very clear, like this isn't like a Jordan, LeBron, or all the rest of these people comparison. There's Jordan Brand, and then there's all the rest of these other athletes. KD, I mean, even through Iverson, there's only one Jordan Brand. And to have a black woman in charge is impressive. And, you know, we're all in support of that. And if you want to send me and Reggie Jordans, we are cool with that.
We are. I mean, Jordan is
or you just make them available where I can get them. I mean, that's half the fight.
Jordan is the first, right? We're living amongst the first athlete with their own signature shoe in basketball. He was the first one, right? Before it was Converse. The athlete wore Converse.
No, you gonna make me go back. Let me check on that because I think that the Ewings were first. It was some other people.
Oh, I don't know if the Ewings were first. Jordan came out in '84.
We'll come back to that. That's actually an excellent conversation. We need to come back to like the first. But with that said, of course, we're gonna
Nah, yeah, his
continue
was
to sell.
1989. Jordan was 1986.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Jordan was the so that was my point. We're living in that was the first. He's the prototype, right? And now everybody else is trying to develop a brand like him. I mean, LeBron may be the closest in basketball terms. Maybe Iverson may have been closer, but that because Iverson had Reebok. Oh, they fighting.
No, so I knew I wasn't crazy. 1984, Etonic released the Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, Ketonic.
Etonic. If you see them, you'll be like, oh, I remember these.
Not in
And there's a
1984. I
place.
won't. I was not born.
No, but if you see the shoe, you'll be like, oh, I remember these shoes. There's actually a bodega here. I know it's Houston bodega. That sounds crazy. But like one of the things is he has a signed tonic Hakeem. I saw it today. And yeah.
Okay. I don't know who Etonic is. I'll say everybody's still trying to be like Jordan in terms of developing their own
Oh
brand
yeah,
of shoe.
without a doubt. There's not even a close second.
So,
Um,
but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame. This obviously is going to be released by itself. 49 minutes. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all know what it is when it comes to Monday Night Raw. We talk about HBCU news around the culture. Got a couple things we're going to talk about real quick. Basketball going to make up the entirety of the show. Well, the majority of the show, I should say. Hey, man, heat out here. And then football got a little bit of SEC foot scheduling to talk about. Austin Eckler, Falcons, as well as DeBrickashaw Ferguson and others. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
and like, follow, subscribe. We'll see you in a second.
See y'all soon. We'll be right back.